If you thought for a second, and I do mean a second, that mainstream media was going to let go of this Russia, Russia, Russia narrative, you are wrong. Oh, man. CNN just had a 2-hour town hall with Lindsey Graham and John McCain talking Russia, 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 Russia. I was rushing to cut it off, but I had to watch some of it to share it with you. Here goes some clips from your favorite warmongers.
I have argued that because of the gravity of the situation, if the Russians had succeeded in determining the outcome of our election, that is a death blow to democracy. I have no doubt. What the Russians tried to do to our election could have destroyed democracy. And that's why we've got to pay a hell of a lot more attention to the Russians and the things that they're doing in Europe. And right now, they're trying to affect the outcome of the French election.
Don't worry about John and Lindsey Graham and others looking into Russia, because Russia's not our friend. President Trump, I want to help as much as I can because he's got a mess on his hands. He seems to get Iran right. He seems to get ISIL right. This nut job in North Korea, he understands the threat. When it comes to Russia, he has a blind spot.
Oh, I'm so tired hearing about McCain and Lindsey Graham talking about what we need to do with Putin. I am sick and tired of hearing you talk about how the Russians hacked the election. All the Russians did, and I'm not even convinced that they did it. I think it was an inside job, okay? But if I concede to you that I don't know, okay, the DNC release of emails was a public service, sir. Yes, it was a public service so that we would know what our powers that be, the people in power, what they're actually doing. I wish we could find out more about what our powers to be or powerful people are actually doing behind our backs. This is what I call heroic activity. This is a PSA, not a meddling. They didn't get into the voting machines and flip the votes. No. Enough. Okay, now on to the second point. And this is something that don't get addressed enough about these guys. All right, just because you were a soldier, right? Just because you served in the armed services, okay, that does not give you the right to try to send every boy, man, woman, child into war. You are not sanctioned to be able to do that just because you served time, sir. No. And another thing, I'm tired of hearing these Republicans talk about how we need to spend more money on our military. Now, Obama did cut the military by 15%. Trump's talking about raising it 10%. It still would not be back to where it was. So that's one good thing to know, okay? But here's the thing. Right now, our military spending surpasses the next 7 countries combined. But you want me to be afraid. You want us to be worried. Just admit it, you're doing this. You're saying this because of Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and all the other defense contractors you want to feed. Come on. In fact, the only look, guys. If you watch this program, well, first of all, if you paying yourself long enough to watch this program, there's one point in it that I enjoyed. Just one. It was very short. It's when they said, God, what was it? That they wanted Rumsfeld fired. Yeah, they started walking down memory lane. They said, we told Bush he should have got rid of Rumsfeld. That was the only thing that I liked out of this whole thing. And there was one point I thought they were going to make out on stage or something. Some, weird, oh God, love affair going on. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, man. Get away from me. Every time I hear McCain talk, all I hear is bomb, Iran. And every time I hear Lindsey Graham talk, all I hear is a guy who just needs to stop talking. Why I never hear John McCain talk about doing stuff at home? Everything's always about war. Won't you talk about infrastructure? Won't you talk about college? Won't you talk about health care, John? I mean, for everyone. I'm talking about this country here. Don't talk to me about France. Don't talk to me about Crimea. Talk to me about the United States. And see, that's why people voted for Trump. A lot of people voted for Trump because they're tired of hearing you talk about Crimea and France, Yugoslavia. Talk about the United States. Talk about here.